Hey guys, Roger at CU Scrapping. Um, Lately, I've seen a couple of guys on the Facebook groups, fairly new guys, asking about microwaves, and I've heard of all the dangers of microwaves. Um, you know, it's the internet. You're going to get guys say, "Oh, just throw it all in with the tin." Um, I don't. I break them down. They're super simple, and there's very, very little danger to them at all. So I picked this one up today on Craigslist. First thing I do, and if I'm not picking it up on Craigslist inside somebody's house, if I'm picking them up curbside, I take these out, the plate and the little turntable, and I usually just leave those behind. It's garbage that I don't need. Okay. Um, Next thing, flip her over to the bottom. And right in here is the turntable motor. Of course, I don't have my screwdriver with me. Um, Pop that little cover off. And that goes in with your tin shred. And right there is the motor. Cut the wires. Sometimes they've got two screws. This one's got one. Right direction. And there is a little copper motor. Those are real simple to take apart. Um, and I may show you that at the end of this video here. Let me grab my parts bucket. Okay. And everything else, all your mechanics that you're going to get out of here is going to be on this end, the interface end. So, and these have those security screws. Actually, while I had it flipped over, there's 4 screws here that hold in the transformer. As long as we got it on this side, might as well get them pulled. Back here, there's 1 or 2 Phillips head screws for the fan. So as long as we got the Phillips head bit in there, might as well get it done. Okay, then it takes the security screws. I forget which T number they are. I think they're 20s. No, 15s. Yeah, right there. It's the little T15 Torx bits with the hole in the center. Um, you can get a cheap set at Harbor Freight. I got this set here. You can see it's a Master Force that came from Menards. Uh, Harbor Freight set will run you $10. I've been through 2 or 3 of them now, so I went ahead and got the Master Force for, I think it was $20. Just better quality, and it'll fit my 1/4 inch sockets. So screw on the side, and then I take the bottom one off the back, the bottom corner, and this one, and that's all I do to get at these things. And I'll save these 3 because when I'm done, I'll close this back up to an empty shell, an empty box. It's nice. You can stack several in the back of the truck. And pull it over and bend it over, see them work. And there's everything. Now the most dangerous things in these, right down here, there's a capacitor. If this thing has been plugged in recently, that capacitor could still hold a charge. I have never had one discharge on me yet. And then the other big thing is the magnetron up here. That's the business end of the microwave. That's the quote-unquote radioactive part. They used to have beryllium in them. Beryllium is a type of ceramic, and if you bust that, the dust entering your lungs can be really bad. Nowadays, they're made out of modern ceramics. There's very little danger to them at all. But anyway, first thing I do is take the cord, grab the power cord, cut the plug end off, for number 2 copper wire, insulated, and a plug-in. And I save these, put them in a vise or channel locks. Take your diagonal cutters. These will pry right out, and then you've got good clean brass. It adds up, and it gives me something to do on a rainy day. I got 2 5-gallon buckets full right now, which tells you we haven't had a lot of rainy days. And then start pulling wire. Okay, that's everything off the back end, so we can pull this fan assembly. Like so. So the first thing I grab, put the screw bit back on the gun, is there's a little low-grade circuit board right up top here. Usually held in with a screw or 2. Pull that out. So then I'll pull this little copper winding here, throw that in my copper bearing bucket or unwind it there again on a rainy day. And then the rest of that's just a low-grade circuit board. Out of the 2 yards here, only 1 pays for circuit boards, and they pay very poorly. But for a low-grade board, I get 3 cents a pound on them. Yeah, do the math. I'd get a penny more if I kept it in there, but, you know, it is what it is. So I still throw those in my low-grade circuit boards after I pull the copper off. Then on the fan itself, you just grab the plastic blades, pull that off. That's garbage. I did get in touch with a company that is going to provide my garbage service at the warehouse, and as long as it's marked with the recycler's triangle and the number for the plastic, doesn't matter if it's a pop can or an appliance part. If it's marked, I can throw it in there and recycle it. So that's going to cut down on my garbage quite a bit. This one's not marked. And then 2 screws hold this motor assembly to the plastic. And there's your fan motor. Another good source of number 2 bare copper. Real easy to strip. Like I said, if I've got time at the end of this video, I'll show you how to strip both of those. Not marked, it's garbage. Okay, then start clipping wires. And like I said, down here is that capacitor. You know, when I was a contractor, my big thing was you clip one wire at a time, you won't get into trouble. So that's what I do. Clip one wire at a time without touching any of the surrounding metal. And there it is. Got the wire on the magnetron, on the transformer. And there's your transformer. Now I always check these. Used to be transformers were all copper. Nowadays they're doing half copper, half aluminum, all aluminum. So you got to check those. And let me get the grinder real quick. Put the shield on it. Well, this will show up on camera. That one actually shows up real good. You can see that that is aluminum. Underneath the tape there, I'm not sure you can see it or not, that's also aluminum. So this goes in my tin shred pile. There's no value to it. I used to strip the aluminum wire out. More of a pain, more of a hassle than it's worth, really. So then I continue to clip the rest of the wiring harness out. It seems like the newer the microwave, the less wire there is in it. There used to be a lot more wire in these. There is your number 2 copper wire out of a microwave. So the next thing I'll tackle is the magnetron itself. There's 3 screws, sometimes 4, but usually 3 screws that hold that in. Out. Okay, so see a nice little brass mesh ring there. There's your aluminum pins. There's your 2 good magnets. A little bit of copper in there, not much. The purple ceramic, that is the dangerous part of these. It does take quite a bit to bust one of those. You'd really have to abuse it. But there's You know, you can touch it. It's not radioactive in and of itself. There's very little danger to those. Just be careful. Use common sense. You know, I can throw this on the ground. Um, it's generally not going to bust unless you catch it on something. Um, and then I will tear these apart, like I said, for the brass, for the magnets, for the aluminum, and then where this aluminum comes around, that whole center section, about so big, is copper. So I usually clamp that in the vise and clean the copper off of those. Dan at K&D Scrapping taught me that little trick. There again, that's K&D Scrapping. Really good YouTube channel. Very good guy. And I'll do one of these tear apart videos one of these days. And then about the only thing left is there's another circuit board up here behind the control panel. Usually one or two screws that hold that in. With those little plastic tabs. Okay, and there's another low-grade board. This little black box here with the electrical connections coming off of it. There's a little bit of copper inside there, and this little IC chip up here. I take those off. Little transformer here. That's it on those. I'll strip those three and throw that in with my low-grade boards. And then, actual final thing, well, before we get to the actual final thing, we can close this back up because everything on the inside is done. Close this up. Those screws that we saved earlier. And we're scrapping here, so it doesn't have to be pretty. And that's put all of it back together, ready to go in a nice neat box in the back of your truck. Another thing I pull is this control panel, and I'll show you why here in just a sec. And it's just adhered on, so I take my knife, get up underneath it. Start peeling it back. Now it's hot today, so this is coming real easy. Sometimes these can be a real bitch to get off. So this is just the control panel. This is nothing. This is garbage. Stick it on there for the extra weight. This is what I'm after. And give you a little better look at it. All these pathways here, these whitish silver pathways are silver. They call that a silver mylar. There's not that I know of. It's not something I can take to board sort, but there is a market for them on eBay. So I have, there again, I've got a 5-gallon bucket full of these, and I save them, and I'll sell those on eBay. People are looking for the silver content in it. I haven't checked this week. Last week, I know silver hit, I think it was 28.40 when I checked it. That is extremely high for silver. So I don't have enough of those to sell, but I'm currently sitting on probably 3 pounds of electrical contacts, so I'll be cashing those in soon. And that's it on the microwave. The rest of it, chuck it in the truck. Okay, these little motors here, I'm at 21 minutes. I think I've got about 10 minutes left before this thing shuts down on me. Pull the little contacts off. And then these two little brass connector parts. You know, it's not much, but it does add up. So I pull those, and then this cover is just crimped on. There's a little crimp right there that holds that cover on. I've had good luck getting to it with my diagonal cutters. You just undo that crimp. I know some guys that just bash these apart with a hammer. That works well too, but it tends to make if you're not careful, it tends to make a mess out of everything on the inside. So there it is. And this cover pulls right off. That goes in your tin shred. Number of plastic gears in there. Sometimes those will end up in my tin shred bucket. I don't know how that happens, but it does. All right, then there is another metal cover in there. I usually just grab one of the prongs, pull it out. That's more tin shred. There's more tin shred. This is what we're after. There's copper windings in there. There again, it's not much, but it, you know, for its size, it's got some good weight to it. And then I just take my tin snips, I'll cut it in half, and then pry back on it. And a lot of times they'll break like that and give you a good start to pull the copper out. Sometimes they don't. And there's all that fine angel hair, number 2 copper. I have weighed these out on occasion. Um, they normally go anywhere from 4 to 8 ounces, depending on how big the motor is. You know what? 2 or 3 of those, you got you a pound. Pound of number 2 right now. Well, in my area is crap, but I can drive an hour away, and number 2 copper was $2.19 last time I took it in, and I think it's went up a little bit since then. I'm going to go either tomorrow or Wednesday with the copper load, so I'll find out there. And that's it to a microwave. Nothing to be scared of. Have at it. There again, 24 minutes, and that's taking the time to show you guys. I can tear a microwave down complete, have it in the back of the truck in about 12 minutes. So doesn't take very long at all. And if I've got 5, 10 of them, I can get that down to 10 minutes easy. Just gang producing them. So that's it on a microwave. If you have any other further requests for teardown, let me know. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the like button, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks, guys.